Welcome back, everybody. Theme of this video is winter storms. So last week we had a pretty big winter storm, and this weekend we're also gonna have another weekend storm here on the East Coast. So I thought this would be a fitting video, and I wanna show you how I prepare for the event of power outages and how I can use propane to assist in that preparation. Winter storms are a lot different than summer storms when it comes to losing power, because when you lose power, you'll lose heat. And if it's 10 degrees out, you're gonna be pretty cold in your home and a borderline survival situation there. So whether you have gas heat or electric heat, if the power goes out, both of those are not heating your home. So heating was the number one important thing that I had covered in the event of a power outage. And what I was relying on is this Comfort Gear space heater that is propane powered with these tanks here. Now, this space heater is indoor approved for emergencies. So, you'll often hear, don't burn propane inside. Some appliances you can, and they are approved to be burned indoors. Now, what makes this safe for indoor burning is going to be that it has an oxygen sensor. So if the oxygen levels are too low in the room or the area that this is being burned, this appliance will automatically shut off to keep you safe. Also, if you're burning propane indoors, I highly recommend that you have carbon monoxide detectors on each floor of the home. Now, this heater is 18,000 BTUs, which means it can heat a pretty large area if it's enclosed. So my plan for that, if I had a power outage, was it would be able to heat my living room and my kitchen pretty comfortably on the high setting. So if I am running these two tanks, then I'll get about a little over 2 hours of heat out of the appliance. Now, if I want to heat for longer, say I have an extended power outage, then I would hook this up to this big tank here, or my little 5-pound tank, which I will review in a future video. If I hook it up to this big tank, I will be getting about 24 hours of backup heat, because this has about 430,000 BTUs of potential energy in here. So at 18,000 BTUs of output, that's about 24 hours of backup heat on the high setting. Now, maybe you have a couple of these and then you can have days worth of backup heat. So this is going to be the survival side of a power outage in a winter storm, just making sure that you cover your heating there. Now, one thing I want to cover is, how do you connect this to this? There are adapters on Amazon or online that you can buy, and they're pretty cheap, about $10, $15. You can connect these two up, so you don't have to solely rely on these little guys. Now, moving away from the survival side and the essentials, we'll have a burner here. So this is a propane burner. You can see that has a little electric ignition here. This will be good for heating up food as well as boiling water. So in the event of a power outage, God forbid if the water system got contaminated, this would be a good way to boil your water to have safe and clean drinking water. So I think this is also going to be an essential if you don't have a gas stovetop. The stovetop in my house is electric, so I needed a way to heat food and boil water, and this is a great way to do it. All right, now moving to the comfort things in a power outage is going to be a battery. So we got heat covered, we got food and water covered. Now it's the comfort items, the try to get to a form of normalcy in your home, and that will be achieved through a battery. So what I specifically like about this battery, and would recommend if you get a battery for a power outage, is look for a battery that has an AC outlet on it. So that'll allow me to directly connect a lamp to this. So I can still have light or a couple lamps, or I can even power a TV with this. Can't power a TV for very long. You can get a larger battery. They're not all that expensive, and you can run your comfort items for much longer. But this will hold me over for a little bit and be able to power some basic lights and floor lamps. So hopefully this video gave you some inspiration on how to prepare for a storm and what equipment to look for. Thank you guys for watching.